The Cambridge Health and Weight Plan was devised and tested by some of the highest academic achievers in the UK. But how does it work? For that, we need to return to 1954 and the Dunn Nutritional Laboratory in Cambridge, where Dr. Howard was quickly making new friends.
I was trained as a chemist in Cambridge. I took natural science, specializing in chemistry. And when I was looking for research projects for a PhD, I found there was an opening in the Department of Medicine. My senior tutor offered me a 3-year course dealing with a medical topic. And then I looked for a job. There was a post available in the Dunn Nutritional Laboratory in Cambridge, and I accepted the post. I was there from 1954 to 1960, and it was during this time I learned my nutritional training.
Half the guinea pigs were fed on their natural diet of oats and bran. The other half were fed a balanced synthetic mixture of protein, starch, oils, vitamins and minerals. And over a period of research, he discovered that the guinea pigs thrived better on the synthetic substitute than on their own natural oat and bran diet. The synthetically fed guinea pigs were also more gregarious than their naturally fed partners. When the groups were switched, the same results were recorded, except those that had tasted the prototype Cambridge diet weren't keen to return to their previous snacks.
Tons and tons of this mixture were made by me and my assistants to give to the guinea pigs for this research. And I remember remarking to my colleagues whether man would ever get to a stage where he ate something like this. And naturally they all laughed.
So a balanced mixture of the vital nutrients which a body needs would work with guinea pigs. But how would it work with humans? So the trick was to deprive the body of what it doesn't need, without robbing it of its own survival kit.
What we arrived at in 1978 was a diet which was safe. Excellent weight losses, very much the same as you get from complete starvation. In fact, of the order of 18 pounds per month.
A perfect balance of proteins, oils, vitamins, minerals and trace elements were blended together to provide a safe and nutritious meal replacement plan. The next breakthrough at that stage of the research was in the relationship between protein and carbohydrate. The human body's framework, the skeleton, is constructed out of calcium phosphate. All the vital organs, including the heart, the liver and the kidneys, are built out of proteins. So are the muscles. The body is insulated and nourished by the fatty tissue. This can't be converted back into carbohydrate, so if your body doesn't have sufficient carbohydrate, the body has to make it out of protein. Topping up our daily protein requirement needs a surprisingly small amount, just an ounce per day. But in his research, Dr. Howard found that our daily carbohydrate intake can affect our daily protein requirement.
We came up with a very surprising discovery. The carbohydrate content made the protein requirements less, so that if you added 30 grams of carbohydrate, then you dropped the protein required to just half an ounce. There are a number of structures in the body and enzymes which contain carbohydrate as an essential component. And if you don't include carbohydrate, valuable protein in the body has to be converted into it. It's far better to give it as the real material, as carbohydrate.
The key was to test, test and test again. 24 years later, and after exhaustive scientific and medical checks, the Cambridge diet was on the way. It was essential to create the optimum balance between protein and carbohydrate to ensure that the diet was viable. Whilst he achieved success with the formula, the taste still needed a lot of work. That hurdle was overcome by an alliance forged with Symington, a catering company who prepared large quantities of the Cambridge formula in huge industrial machines used to mix powdered soups. This was crucially important if the science was to be accepted, to present the diet as meals, not medicines.